Okay, so in this section of this little garden bed right here, it's a circular bed, and I'm on the outside of it. Um, Basically, I have grow bags that are just stacked against each other, 15 gallons each. I have carrots in this one, and I have another variety of carrot in that one, New Carota, and this one is Longue Rouge carrot, I believe. I believe it's Longue Rouge. And I was looking in here and I saw there was a few big roots sticking out above the soil. So I'm gonna actually let those larger ones go to seed. And actually back here, that's not the biggest one. I planted these September 12th, 2021. And today, I'll put the date what today is in the description. So that's huge. You can just look at that. And I have one that's next to it, and I actually want to thin this one so this one can continue to grow. And this one is the second largest from what I can see at the moment, but I do believe there's actually some behind these Tepawan shelling peas, which are producing like crazy. So I have some Tepawan plants in here, and it's just interplanted with the carrots. So I'm gonna start by pulling some of these smaller roots. Oh, that's beautiful. Wow. That's, if you can see it in person, it has this gloss to it. That's a beautiful carrot. I can only imagine how this bigger one looks. Oh, and there's actually another one next to that. I was just throwing seeds in here. I wasn't worried about spacing. But I do see spacing is kind of important now, definitely. Just pulling out some of these smaller ones, of course, but there's definitely much larger ones in this soil. Let's see. Now, I noticed right here, there was one right here, and then this one, it looks like you couldn't see anything, but when I scratched that soil to the side, I noticed that it was larger than this one to the left. So I'm gonna pull this one to the left, and I'm gonna let the one to the right continue growing. Hopefully, if I didn't disturb it too much, so I'll pat that soil back on there. But that one was a little bit bigger than this one here, which is the biggest of those so far. I'm gonna add this to a little roast, vegetable roast that I'm about to make. I've been using different carrots and air frying them. They've been cooking real good, honestly. Manpukuji, matter of fact, I harvested yesterday. Manpukuji tasted real good. Trying to get to this carrot back here. There's a few of those in there actually. They just don't have any. They don't have thick tops, but they have some big roots. If I can get in here, I can thin some of these smaller ones out. You can see none of them actually have. They look like they have about a few leaves per root. It's a big one back here though. Wow, I can only imagine how the size of that one. Now on Baker Creek's description, there's a bunch back here. There's about 5 of them. In Baker Creek's description, they stated. I guess I'm gonna pull this middle one. They stated that although its name is Longue, it's pronounced Longue. They say it's actually a half-long carrot, so it normally actually is half-long, but you can see that they get much wider than this, although they are half-long. So I guess I should pull this one here. Maybe I might leave a couple. I'm gonna leave a couple for the children to pull, for my little cousins. They like to pull the carrots to get all excited. I'm gonna get enough for my meal, and I still have to do New Carota. Get this one. This one was just growing above the soil. But Manpukuji definitely had a good taste, so I'm looking forward to see how these Longue Rouge taste. These Longue Rouge carrots. But like I said, I'm gonna leave these bigger ones in there and let those go to seed. And today I was supposed to do New Corota, but when I saw this one, I actually wanted to pull it and see what it was, because I didn't know if it was Pusacita or Longue Rouge, but now I see it's Longue Rouge. Then over here I have New Corota next to it, and they are just packed in there. I might pull a couple of these smaller New Corotas. Let's get those little runts out of there. New Corota is fast growing. I also planted this one on September 12th, 2021. So I planted Longue Rouge and New Corota on the same day, and it looks like they're ready on the same day. I'm just getting some of these front roots out of there. Obviously, I planted them too close, but there's a bunch of roots in here. There's a bunch of big ones back there, especially this one right here. But it looks like New Corota is still growing, so I think Longue Rouge might be a little bit faster growing than New Corota, because there was a big Longue Rouge in there. That thing is just huge. That looks like a big old beet. So that's what I got right now. We could go take another look at Unmatched-Beauty again. Unmatched-Beauty was just absolutely long. It was, literally reached my elbow, from my fingertip to my elbow. I took a picture holding it. Let's check this one out. Some big top on there. See what's under the soil. And I don't see much right now, so I'm gonna just cover that. I'm gonna just hope that one is just too deep for me to see. So let's see what else we have. I need to get this gallon gall out of here. Gallon gall growing with Unmatched-Beauty. I don't know if that was a good combination. It's a ginger type plant, so there should be a root under there, a rhizome. What is this? I feel something solid. It might be the gallon gall. But this is I don't want to pull the soil back too much. This is a nice size Unmatched-Beauty right here, and I'm sure that one is absolutely long, so I'm gonna just cover that right back up. I'm gonna let those continue growing. I planted Unmatched-Beauty on September 12th, 2021 also, but this one seems to be much slower growing as far as developing a girth is concerned. But it did get real long. I can admit that it got real long real fast, but it still was kind of small. But I didn't pull the larger ones, so I don't know how the larger ones might look under the soil, but I can see New Corota is growing well. And I'm gonna let some of those larger ones go to seed, and I can see Longue Rouge is growing well. So judging from that, I would consider keeping it in the garden. Now the only thing left to do is I know I'm keeping New Corota because that's a sweet quick carrot. I had that one last year. I like that one. But now I'm gonna try the Longue Rouge. If this one tastes good, then hey, I'm keeping it. So I'm gonna put it on my bricks meter too, and I'm gonna do a bricks test. I don't think these small baby carrots are measured what the actual bricks can be, so I'm gonna definitely measure one of those bigger ones when they're in their primes. I'm gonna let some of the smaller ones get a little bit bigger when they're more prime, and I'm gonna harvest and do a bricks test, and we're gonna see what those sugar levels are. But I roast with the tops, and I roast the carrots. They cook so good in the oven, in that air fryer. See y'all in the next one. I clean this dirt off, get those all shiny.